a little behind the scenes. I was sitting here just scrolling through my phone, realizing that I'm dealing with one of my moments, and I spoke to my sister. I've been dealing with this now, the trigger points of my depression, or whatever you want to call it. It started probably a couple of weeks now, and I've been trying to fight it. And yesterday I had a really bad day, and I kept saying, this is what my whole YouTube is supposed to be for. Like, bitch, go and make a video. Like, but I was just so out of it, so busy. You know, I had a lot of things to do yesterday. So today I hit my sister up and I was like, sister, and I've never done this. I've never asked anybody what I should make a video on. Well, I actually have asked one, but she never responded. So I asked my sister, I was like, sister, what should I make a video on? And right away she responded and said depression, mental illness. And I was like, yeah, let me go do this. Here goes nothing, guys. How are you? Welcome back. Today, this video is not a vlog. For those of you who have not watched my previous videos, please subscribe, watch the videos below. In my very first introductory video, I did name a few reasons on why I created this channel. And one of my main reasons that I talked about was my midlife crisis and battling depression and anxiety. So I wanted to make sure when I came on here explaining to you guys about what I deal with mentally, because all of that is under the umbrella of mental illness. Yes, it's mental illness. It's so hard sometimes saying that, you know, but I always said when I am ready to talk about it, and when I do make a video about some of the things I deal with, I wanted to make sure it was an authentic moment, and I'm speaking in the moment, and I'm not just here telling you what I feel previously. Like, I'm literally in the moment as we speak. I've been in the moment for about a week, maybe a little bit more than a week now. It comes, it goes. For those of you who didn't watch, like I said, I was given the medication Wellbutrin. Some of you might know what Wellbutrin is, and some of you might not. It is definitely for depression, and I have taken myself off of it. So I'm back fighting those battles again. And today is one of those days where I was like, all right, you said you wanted to do YouTube to talk about it and bring awareness. So, dealing with the anxiety now, heart's racing. Oh, I hate these feelings. But yesterday, oh my God, before we even go any further, if I cry or I look extremely sad, just understand it's all part of depression. It's all part of the things people who suffer with this deal with. So just understand that sometimes it's uncontrollable. Like, I'm trying my best not to, but I already feel teary-eyed, you know? I don't even know where to begin. I don't have no scripts. I haven't wrote anything down. I don't even know what to talk about. I'm just going to speak from my heart and my mind, which is two different things, because my heart feels one thing, my mind feels something different. And for those of you who are probably like, what is she talking about? I'm going to tell you how I know when I'm slipping back into those moments. My number one telltale sign is I just start hating everyone around me. And I know hate is a strong word, but again, this is me speaking from my mind. I'm not speaking from my heart. My heart and my mind, two different feelings that I battle with. So, like, in my mind, like, the other day I woke up, and when I tell you, I just had this, I was angry. I was just hateful. Like, my wife, she works overnight. So she came in the morning. Mind you, I wasn't asleep. I was already up because I always see my kids off to school. Even if I don't physically come up and wake them up, I just love to hear them leave out from school. And I have video cameras in my home, so I like to just look at the videos, you know, because sometimes they just want to be teenagers. They don't want mommy on their back. So I try to give them their space, but I still watch them. I'm obsessed with my children. But yes, I was already up. She came in from work. And I know some of y'all probably gonna think this is funny, but I was ready to choke her, like kill her. And she started eating Wheat Thins. And the crunching sounds, like, it triggered me. I mean, in my head, I already pictured like body slamming her. I know this sounds crazy, but I was just so freaking annoyed. Like, everything annoys me. Everything annoys me. That's when I'd be like, oh shit, you slipping. Then it gets to the point where I don't want to talk to nobody. Even my kids, I love them to death. I don't even want to talk to them sometimes. Sometimes I just want to be in the room by myself, no lights. I just want to be in the dark. And the only thing that I can handle is flipping through my phone. And a lot of times I resort to YouTube. I don't really, I scroll through Facebook. I scroll through Instagram. I do all of that, but my number one source, of course, is YouTube. Like, that's what saved me a lot of times, and that's why I chose to do it. So, like I said, I'll be in these moments where I don't want to talk to nobody, like no one gets a pass. And if I do talk to you, it has to be like through text messaging. I don't want to hear nobody's voice. I don't want to talk on the phone. So I'll have these candid conversations, most of the times with my best friend and my sister. You know, I'll peek in on my kids when I'm having these moments. I don't let them know I'm having these moments, but like, I just don't want to talk to anyone. And I'll tell my wife I don't want her to come to the bed. I don't want her to sleep in the room with me. I want her to just be away from me. Like, I just hate everyone. And the hardest part about dealing with that is that wondering when your family is going to say, this bitch is crazy, or I don't want to deal with this no more. Because I put more so my wife. I can honestly say I have a lot more self-control when it comes to the kids, more so because they are kind of like living their own lives, if you kind of understand what I'm saying. Like, my son be doing his own thing, my daughter does her own thing, you know, we love up on each other and then we go our own ways. But you know, when you're in a marriage and you have the person there, it's like she gets beat down more than anybody. Like, I take all my frustrations out on her. She's the person that I hate the most when I'm going through these things. And I don't understand why. And it makes me feel like such a horrible person. I feel like such a horrible wife. And it's not that she does anything. She does nothing. I don't know why when you're going through stuff, you attack the people that's closest to you. And unfortunately, she is the closest person to me. And if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I don't even know how to describe it. But one thing I could say about her, she deals with it and she doesn't judge me, and she knows when to give me my space. Sometimes she don't, but most times she do. And anyway, let's just bring it back. When I first started going through depression and dealing with mentally dark moments in my head, I didn't know what it was. I had no clue it was even such a thing called depression. But now, being an adult, have been through therapy, spoke to my doctors, been diagnosed and put on medication, I now have the knowledge to start pinpointing, when did you first start dealing with these thoughts? And I can take it back to my childhood. I could take it all the way back to the moment when I knew life was never the same, and that gave me all the pressure that I deal with today, give me all the anxiety that I deal with today, all the fears that I cannot let go as of today. And we talking, I was probably about 7, and oh God. And it's like I could still think about these things and just cry on a drop of a time. And it was like I had a beautiful childhood up until about 7, 8. Me and my mom were so freaking close, like so close. I had to be about 7, 8 because my brother was born. I loved my brother to death, still love him to death to this day. He's like my child. And you know, I just remember having this beautiful life. I remember living in a nice, beautiful home with my stepfather and my mom. And then it's like when my world crashed, I developed these fears. So what happened was we got evicted from our home. I'm not going to go into details as to why, but we got evicted from our home. And I'll just never forget that morning when I was woken up by my mom, and she was like, get dressed and grab as much stuff as you can. So I remember her packing bags, you know, I remember trying to grab my little dolls or whatever I can grab. And the marshals was literally waiting. I think they gave her, if I can remember, I think they extended the time and gave her some time so we can get ourselves together. To this day, I wonder if she knew, did we have time to prepare? But for whatever reasons, it was the last minute and it was just thrown on me. And I just remember her packing me and my brother up and leaving everything behind. And it's like ever since then, I have not been the same. Like, we were homeless, and, you know, living with my family wasn't easy because nobody wants to take on another family. Me as an adult now, I get it. I don't hold my family accountable for nothing. I don't want nobody to take this personal. I don't hold you guys accountable. I get it. You don't want your personal space compromised. Your personal space is everything. Like, my head is pounding right now thinking about it. But it's like, you know, eventually we went to go stay with my grandma who had a dog. And that process is when I found out I had a high allergic reaction to animals. So during that process, I almost died. I experienced my first asthma attack. I remember going to the hospital, staying in for days, almost died. And that's when I started realizing that that's when I started realizing I wasn't important to people, even my own family. You know, the dog, and I get it, because I had a dog at once too. I get it. Like I said, I'm not blaming anyone. This is just me speaking my truth. I just remember the dog almost killed me. And of course, the dog wasn't an option. No one was going to get rid of their animals for me, because who am I? I'm nobody. So instead of being able to continue staying there, we had to move again. And then my mother stayed with her sister who had a cat. And of course, I'm not important enough at the time. The animals come before me. Remember, this is just what I deal with, why I feel the way I feel to this day. And it's like, I remember I had to be split. So I'm such a young kid that life just been torn. Nobody wants to throw out their animals for me so I could be with my mommy, because at the time, that's the closest person, that's the only person I had. You know, my dad wasn't around. So it's like, I had to be split apart. So luckily, one of her sisters took me in for a longer period of time. And I ended up staying with her and her 3 daughters, which we'll talk about later on in life. That's where these original 3 hearts come from. Of course, later on in life, I found out they don't really care about me neither. But it's like, I can't get past those hurts, those pains, and it haunts me to this day. So I just went through so much as a kid, always feeling unwanted, always, you know, being around certain family members that you could just tell they were just tired of me. They didn't want me around, because I guess it was just too much. You know, it's too much. Everybody's struggling. Everybody trying to take care of their own kids. Nobody want to take care of somebody else's child. And then I started getting upset at my mom, like angry, because I felt like she put me in this situation and she didn't protect me enough. This is my healing. Forgive me for this. Like, I just felt like I wasn't protected. I was put in situations. Sorry, my head hurt, guys. I was just put in all these situations that I just grew these horrible insecurities. I always felt like I was just an unwanted freaking person in the family, you know? So eventually, my mom got me back. And we stayed back with the aunt who had the cat. Finally, they got rid of the cat, and the cat died. And of course, my cousins hated me. I went with them just being so mean to me. They hated me because their cat died, and I feel their pain because they shouldn't have been in that situation. I have to get rid of that was their family. Animals can be your family. So just imagine you attached to your cat and then you see your cat dead. I think it died in the street or something, got hit by a car. I don't know. This is so long ago, but just imagine, like, they hated me, you know? So during that time, we shared this full-size bed in one little room. And I just remember being so uncomfortable and just so confused on how did life turn like this. I went from having my own big, beautiful room with 2 beds in it. I'll never forget, it had a hospital bed because we lived on top of a doctor's office. But anyway, it was a hospital bed across from me that we used to love to play on. And then I had my full-size bed, my own room attached to a balcony that I can look out of. Like, it was just such a beautiful home, to sharing space in a bed with my sibling and my mom in this little ass bed, hot. You know, we had insect issues in the home, to having cousins who hated me at the time because I was a burden to them. So just picture all that. And I know everybody go through stuff, but I'm just talking about what I went through. So again, dealing with all of that, feeling like a freaking loser, feeling unwanted, feeling invisible. Then it comes a time when now I'm 14, I start feeling myself a little bit. I started realizing I do have a little voice. I have a little power. People start noticing me. Now I land this relationship, which was with an amazing man, by the way. Very young. I didn't know how to be a girlfriend. I didn't grow up. I was a freaking child. And I'm trying to be the perfect girlfriend to somebody who don't even know what being a girlfriend is, because I never really seen my mom in a real relationship. So it was like, I don't have a father. I don't have no examples around me because we come from a family full of single women. So I really didn't have any role models to know anything. And again, I'm a child. I'm young. I'm trying to grow up. So I made a lot of mistakes in that relationship. I've been publicly humiliated, so many things. And then I started developing the weight issues within that relationship, because I started working with him. We worked so much. Like, he would be so mad at me if I didn't put in that work. Like, he was so about work. I get it. Work ethics was amazing. Like, oh my God. To this day, I thank him for the work ethics that he instilled in me. You gotta work. So I would work, you know, didn't have any healthy diets. Like, we would eat out every night. Our routine was get up early, go to work, get off late, go grab some fast food, whether it was his favorite at the time was KFC. So either it was KFC or I don't remember what we ate so much at the time. But I just remember KFC was like his favorite. So we would eat that a lot, or Chinese food, or, you know, so now I'm developing all this weight gain. And that's when it all started, where I started really feeling ugly again, because it was this time when I really realized I was developing the weight issue. Like, I didn't even really notice it because I didn't grow up being raised by going to the gym. I didn't grow up with the healthy diet. No one taught me anything about food gain. It's just something that was never talked about in my childhood. Like, my mom never said, you can't eat like this. You know, if anything, they was feeding me a bunch of fast food too. So this is just how I grew up. I didn't know any better. So one time my ex at the time, I remember he pulled out a scale. Picture this. At this time, I'm probably 17 maybe. I don't know. But I was still young. Maybe 18. I don't know. One of those ages. And he pulls out a scale. And he was like, get on the scale. And my heart, like right now, my heart is racing. Think about it, like, he freaked me the fuck out. I'm like, whoa, like, no. And we went back and forth. He was just getting angry. Get on the scale. Get on the scale. And I just remember feeling, oh my God, like, I felt so embarrassed. Can you imagine? Oh my fucking God. It was just something that came from left field. And now at that point, I'm like, oh my God, is he hating me? Does he feel I'm fat? Like, whoa. That was crazy. That's when I started realizing, okay, bitch, you fat. At the time, I remember when he left, I got on the scale and it said 205 fucking pounds. I was like, whoa, I didn't even know. I did not know. When I met him, I think it was like 160. And I didn't know I gained so much weight. I didn't think about it. I didn't see it. All I did was work. Like, anyway, so that's when I started dealing with the whole weight thing that I still deal with today. And I'm not blaming him for it. I'm blaming the fact that I just didn't know. I wasn't educated. I didn't know no better. And I don't know if that was the right approach to do to a woman, but it definitely wasn't right for me. That day to this day, I could cry at the drop of a dime if I think about it deeply enough on the feelings that I felt that day. But I'm just all over the place, guys. I'm trying to give you a little background to some of the reasons why I know I'm depressed. So now I'm in a situation where I feel like I must not be beautiful. I must not be attractive. He probably is disgusted by me. So now I'm dealing with that. And then just imagine, you know, I was working on it, trying to lose. I remember us trying to go to the gym. I just didn't know how to. Again, I wasn't taught. I didn't know what the fuck to do there. So now imagine you start getting a little bit more outside attention, you know? So here it is now. I'm like, oh, somebody finds me cute? Whoa, like really me? Like here it is. I'm living with my man who think I'm fat. So now I'm feeding into the attention, you know, things I shouldn't have been feeding into. But I fed into it because I felt so insecure, so ugly, so fat. So now I started developing these infidelity ways. Like I just started feeding into any attention that somebody would give me. And I didn't know I was beautiful. I didn't know. So then I just started developing patterns in relationships. And, you know, me and him didn't work. Then I had my first girlfriend. I did her so wrong because I'm dealing with my own insecurities. Of course, at the time, I don't know I'm dealing with these insecurities. So I just turned into this big serial cheater, sleeping with any girl who would say hi. I'm be real with you. Like, it was just crazy. Like, the power that I felt, like, it was feeding my ego, an ego that I didn't have, an ego that I shouldn't have even cared about. But, you know, mentally, at the time, I don't know that I'm not mentally strong enough to handle these things. So I started creating personas for myself. I went from being the homeless kid who family treats me like I'm second-class citizen to their animals, to finding this amazing man who eventually made me feel like I was just fat and annoying because I was so obsessed with him. And I wouldn't give him any space. So I can understand why he probably started hating me after a while. To having this girlfriend, and then a stage of my life where I'm like, oh shit, bitch, you the shit. I'm starting to feel myself now. And I feel like if mentally I was in a better place, I would have been able to handle all that a little differently. But unfortunately, I hurt a lot of people. And I've been hurt as well. And now I'm a grown-ass woman trying to do what's right. But I still suffer from all these things in my head, to the point now I don't even feel like I'm worthy of having good things happen to me. Like, I would sit around and be depressed because I live in a home. Like, I have a 5-bedroom home. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I deserve this? Like, I don't deserve it, but I can get through it because I have children. I know they deserve it. But it's like, these are the things I battle with. Like, I don't deserve any of these things. I don't deserve to have somebody truly love me. Like, the way my wife loved me, I feel like I don't deserve it. So I push her away. Like, I don't even be wanting it. Like, I can't. I don't know. It's like, I don't know how to fight these things. So it's like, I feel so undeserving of the life that God has given me, because I just know the karma is always lurking around the corner. And it's like, I'm always scared I'm going to lose it all. I'm scared one day I'm going to be that mother who's waking up my kids like, oh my God, our house is getting foreclosed. So I'm always fucking nervous. Like, any little thing that happens in my life, I'm scared. So that's where the anxiety comes from. Like, I'm always anxious, and I'm like, please, Lord, like, my biggest prayer is like, Lord, please don't ever let me lose what I got. You know, I don't want to put my kids in those predicaments. And like, I can't live life because I'm always scared. I'm always fucking scared. Always scared. It's driving me insane. So when I'm drinking and when I'm having fun on camera, some of y'all probably judging me. Just know, let me live. If I'm having fun and you see me laughing, just let me do it, because there's so many times when I'm not. There's so many times I'm just sitting here in the dark and like scared. I'm still that little kid that feels unworthy and undeserving. Like, medicine isn't gonna help that. I feel like me talking about it and speaking my truth will get me through those things. And I'm not gonna make this video long. I just wanted to give you a little bit of background, and I'm gonna get deeper and deeper as time goes and really get to the bottom of this, and hope that you guys can follow along and maybe help me understand. Maybe those of you who suffer and deal with some of the things I deal with, maybe you can help me. Because I want to do this. I want to fight it. I want to feel loved. I want to be able to accept love. Let me rephrase that. I do feel love, but I want to be able to accept it wholeheartedly and say I deserve it, despite what I might have done in my past. I am worthy of it. I want to be able to look in the mirror and say, yes, you plus size, but you're beautiful no matter what, and I have the power to change it. I want to be able to get myself to a place where I can work on it. I now know. I didn't know then, but now I know. Do it. I want to be able to drink and not get so freaking drunk that I'm falling out on places just because I'm trying to block out shit and have a good time. You know, I want to be a better person, and it's never too late to say that. And I probably sound so stupid. I probably sound dumb as fuck. I probably look stupid making this video. I don't know, but I just felt the need to share it. And for those of you who suffer from mental issues, or I might not want to put it under that umbrella and just say depression and anxiety, my heart goes out to you, because our lives are not easy. You know, we got to get up every day when days we don't even want to live no more. I'll get deeper in that too. I'm not going to put all that in this video, but you can have 1 million people tell you, because I hear this so much, like from the people that do know my life story, the people who I do let in on that level, so much that, oh my God, you're so blessed. Oh my God, you have a beautiful home. You just are so talented and you're an amazing person. But it doesn't help me if I don't see it, if I don't feel it. If I don't feel successful, many people could tell me you're successful, and if I don't feel it, I still feel like the loser, you know? I'm sorry. Thank you for those who listen. My kids is on their way home, so let me end this video and put the mask on and be the happy-go-lucky mommy that they look forward to when they open the door, because I have to be that. If it's anything I can't do right in life, that's the one thing I fight every day to be. That's the only thing. If I didn't have kids, I don't know where I'd be. That's the only thing that keeps me fighting. Even when their father failed me and failed them, I still fight. Because they didn't ask to be here. Just like I didn't ask to be here. Can't fail your kids. You got to be careful what you do to your kids. You got to be careful how you raise your kids, because you don't want them to end up like me. That's why I fight so hard. And as people like to say, spoiled. I don't like to use those words. I just fight to do my best to make sure that they don't grow up and have these same feelings that I feel like I've been failed, and it makes you become this crazy egotistical person, even a narcissist. Sometimes I think I am a narcissist, like whatever. I'm done. Subscribe, comment, share, and let me know some of the things you guys deal with. And let me know if you think I sound crazy. Let me know if you think I should go back on the medication, if I just sound like I'm all over the place, and bitch, take your meds because you're crazy. Let me know all of that, because that's the whole purpose of me opening up to you guys. And thank you.